Hello and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Robin Finney. I'm your Oracle, Intuitive, and Authenticity Guide. And I'm so excited to come to you today live from Colorado. I am visiting my coach's retreat center at Six Eagles Haven, and I've been working outside every day in a labyrinth, pulling weeds. And it's quite poetic and just timely and divine in that sense. My mind has just been so cluttered lately, and you may resonate as well. And so it was no coincidence when I showed up that the support that I would be providing would be weeding the labyrinth and pulling out like some pretty gnarly weeds that are down in there. So it's been a really cool journey, and so I'm excited to be here. I wish it's so bright out right now, so I have the blinds down, but I wish I could show you the view. But I'll post a picture in the comments so that you can see. So I'm excited today to come to you, and I'm going to pull from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirits deck. This is on loan from Allison, so thank you, Allison. So I'm going to pull from that, and I ask you as we tune in today to really think about, so we just entered the fall equinox in the Northern Hemisphere, and if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the spring equinox for you. And so it's a new season, new energy, new beginnings. We had a full moon on Monday, so there's been a lot of energy moving. So I invite you to really just tune in where you are and take a moment to just connect with yourself and ground yourself here, whether you're watching live or catching the replay. And as you tune in, if it feels right, you can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just take a deep breath. And from there, just ask what animal spirit has a message for you right now to support you with this new energy and this new phase that we're walking into. And really thinking about like the next 3 months as I can't believe it, but really step into coming to the end of 2021. So really around that energy and what will support you with where you are right now for moving forward. So tune in, and I invite you to choose a number 1, 2, or 3, and that will be your message for today. So for my number ones, we'll pull an animal card and see what wants to come up for you today. Oops. Okay. All right, so for my number ones out there, so you actually got, this is the black egg. Let me tune in and bear with me. I'm using, this is a new deck to me. I've used it before, but never in this realm. So finding the messages in here, but okay. So for my number ones, the black egg. Speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. When we are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking, sounds draw us in, books draw us in, the concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. And so there's also another note in here that the black egg and the fifth chakra. So the subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat. The Vishuddha chakra. The ancient sages saw this center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. Vishuddha translates as especially pure. The balance of this center is important for all of us, but it is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. So for my number ones out there, your message today is the black egg. And I really invite you to tune in to your inner truth, to tap into your voice. Where are you speaking up? Where can you use that and translate that into your own creative goodness, your art, your writing? Perhaps you're writing a book right now, or you're preparing for a speech or offering a new program or something in that realm. So where can you tap into your authenticity in that way and look for your inner truth, not the truth that others try to display on you? So that's my number ones. For my number twos out there, and I'd love to hear in the comments how how the message resonates with you. And yeah, share with us. So for my number twos out there, this is the Cobra. All right, let me find the Cobra in here. I'd love to hear too, do any of you have spirit animals, like a spirit totem? Drop that in the comments. I'd love to hear that as well. So the Cobra, this is for my number twos. Pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The Cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The Cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When in balance, a student of life, humble, wise. When out of balance, know-it-all, egocentric. To bring into balance, taking a class or study. So for my number twos out there, if you've been on the fence and you've been thinking about if there's a program out there that you've been thinking about signing up for, or a new subject that you really want to learn and dive in with, or perhaps you want to get a coach or a mentor, something in that realm, then I invite you to really tap into that and embody the energy of the Cobra. So yeah, consider this your invitation to step out there and sign up and say yes for what it is that you really want to learn. All right, and so finally, for my number threes out there, tune in and see what message is for you today. Okay, for my number threes, so you got the mouse. So cute. Okay, let me find the mouse in here. Okay, so my number threes, the mouse. Detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, nervous. The mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your exacting eye. So when in balance, organized, resourceful, prepared. When out of balance, busy with no purpose. To bring into balance, a meaningful project. So for my number threes out there, your message, your spirit animal right now is the mouse. So I invite you to really take a look at your life and what you're giving your energy to right now. What are you pouring into, and does it lighten you up, or do you find that you're stepping into that energy of trying to control everything, or you're picking it apart because it's really just not aligned with where you are, or it's exhausting you? So I invite you to really tune into that and take a step back and see, like, okay, am I doing too much? Where can I pause? Where can I realign? And then use that energy to pour yourself into something that's more meaningful, more aligned, and find a project or a program or something like that that supports that. And so all of these messages for today, I hope that they will support you with where you are and support you over the next 3 months in learning to speak up, study, learn something new, and find something that's purposeful and meaningful in your life, a new project in that arena. So I'd love to hear in the comments how today's message resonates with you. And again, my name is Robin Finney. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're enjoying Wisdom Wednesday, I'd love it if you'd buy me a coffee and support me and keep me fueled to keep producing these and coming live to you. And then also go ahead and join the waitlist if you're wanting to learn more about Oracle cards. I'll be launching in October the digital course so that you can go through that. So this is great if you got that. If number 2 was your message, then perhaps my Oracle course is exactly what you're ready to dive into and learn something new. So wherever you are in the world, I wish you well and happy equinox. Have a great day.